trailer, that there's the love that we're meant for and the love that we settle for, the life that we're meant for and the life that we settle for, and how significant that proposition is. Are we living our lives to the full? Are we experiencing the abundant, the full? Are we enjoying the romance that we were made for as image bearers?
With God, there is always more. More love, more life, more freedom. Welcome to Zoe's Exploring More with Michael Thompson. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Our Heavenly Father has provided many delightful inns for us along our journey, but He takes great care to see that we do not mistake any of them for home." Join me and the team as we explore the kingdom together, discovering the deep truths and offering encouragement for the journey. There is always more.
Welcome, friends and allies, to the Exploring More podcast. Michael Thompson, hanging out with SJ Jennings. And we are in the middle of, actually, we're at the end, dude.
Yeah.
We're at the end of a series.
Well, at least we may do it again. We may do more of our faves at some point, but
because there are a lot more faves.
There are.
And
it's been fun.
This has been a series on our favorite stories, particularly in film.
Right.
Tombstone. And then I cheated a little bit and did Lord of the Rings. You can get a lot of films
we can do now
in that
until
series. But
Jesus returns.
That's right. And love that. And today we're going to surprise everybody, I think, because this is one of those that has, and you and Sherry just watched it again, right?
Man.
Okay, so before the break, I don't even want to give it up. But I do want to say that this was one of the films, the trailer for sure, that I showed and probably will as I've gotten reacquainted with it all for this podcast. Mm-hmm. This is one of the films and the stories and the trailer that I used to show when we were doing the Two Realms, Two Kingdoms talks.
Right.
And now there's others that have come and gone, from The Matrix to Amadeus.
Different
that's a
throwback.
War of the Worlds,
right?
And Lord of the Rings. But this is one of the clips that I used to show about warfare and getting us into the larger story, and in many ways out of the science fiction, out of the fantasy, and into a real reality. That's why I showed it. And so we're going to talk about that film in just a minute when we come back on the Exploring More podcast, and it's The Notebook. We'll be right back.
Yeah, so possibly one of the most profound moments of my life, really. It was up at one of the old Top Gun events in the mountains up in Virginia, and I remember just really struggling, sitting up literally on top of the mountain. I hiked up there that day, looking out over the camp, and it's beautiful, and feeling like I was in the presence of so many men that had such a connection with God. That what's wrong with me? Why doesn't God ever talk to me? Like, all these guys are talking about this great experience. And so I spent some time reflecting on that. And as I was walking back down the mountain, all that was in my head was, God, I need to hear you. I need to hear your voice. I need to hear, some semblance of life from you. And as I'm walking, I literally start hearing this running water in the middle of coming down a mountain. I mean, there's not really anything around but brush. It's a mess, and my legs are getting all torn up by the brambles. And I hear this running water, and so I'm thinking, God, this is crazy. And I start to walk over towards it, towards the sound, and find this running creek of just amazing, beautiful spring water. A nice mountain spring that shouldn't have been there. And in my head, I was thinking about God and the sort of the analogy of the river of life and all these things. And then there's this water in the stream, and all of this is happening at once, but I'm thinking to myself, just like show me some kind of light, Lord, show me a light. I'm almost the movie, what's the movie with Bruce Almighty where, show me a sign, and he keeps going by the billboards every time, and he never, just show me a sign, and the signs are all over, like falling off of trucks. It was that silly almost that I in my head phrased the words, I just need a light or something from you. And I look down in the stream, there's literally a yellow flashlight sitting in the bottom of the stream. I'm not making this up. And I was just, and so in my head, I'm just questioning, this is so stupid. There's no way this is actually happening. And I sort of made this condition with myself. If I pick up that flashlight and it works, this is real. Dude, I swear, I picked up that flashlight, flipped it. It was a pelican light covered in moss. It shone a light as clear as could be. And it was just amazing. And I kind of heard, felt, experienced, I hear you. I see you, and I've got something for you. It was just amazing, and I've been off ever since. Like, you can't come back from that. It was pretty wonderful and pretty powerful.
Welcome back to the Exploring More podcast, and I gave you that little taste before we left. I hope you're back.
Yeah,
because we're
I
talking.
Hope you stayed with us.
We're talking about we're talking about a film called The Notebook, and I like what you said about Tombstone, right? What is the gospel according to The Notebook?
Yeah.
And
how does it reveal itself in it?
Yes. How does it? Mm-hmm. How does that story, and the weightiness and the significance of a film like The Notebook, how does it pull its magic that tugs on the heartstrings of women and men?
Bro.
Like, you got to be a man.
I'll tell a story here in a little bit.
To watch that and identify with all that's there for the masculine soul.
Yeah.
And there's a lot.
Oh, man.
And so, yeah, when I think about our lineup in this trilogy of Tombstone, Lord of the Rings, and now The Notebook, right? All of these stories, SJ, all of them have some of the same elements. Now, some have more.
Some of them have six shooters. Some of them have swords.
I was going to say more salt, more sugar, more flour, more eggs.
Some of them have rowboats. But yeah, I mean, it's all pointing in the same direction.
Yeah. So I've said before, so which one of these is the battle between good and evil, and which one of these is the love story? All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't watch Tombstone and not see the love story.
Right.
And the tragedy and good versus evil. Lord of the Rings.
Same.
I mean, we've got at least Arwen and Aragorn in the backdrop.
Éowyn
and
Aragorn.
And then Éowyn and Faramir.
And Faramir.
You know, all of that. And so I think when we talk about the story that we're living in is the greatest love story in the midst of the fiercest battle. Mm-hmm. It's all about, we did the whole series on the map. It's all about, it is about you.
Right.
People aren't always really comfortable with that idea in the Christian spaces. Mm-hmm. It's not about you. Mm-hmm. It's about God. Well, and the other side of that coin is,
who did he do it for?
He makes it all about us. It's all about us. It is the hero in the story as Jesus comes to redeem what the enemy has held captive is a good word. I mean, these are storylines.
Yeah.
In all the great films and stories. And so how will the oppressed, how will the captives, how will those who are being mistreated or worse, where's the hero? Who's coming?
Mm-hmm.
And so we see this in the storylines over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And, you know, most heroes don't just typically walk into the scene and save the day. There's a lot in their character arc.
Yeah, we started this whole series with you talking about the hero's journey, you know, if you get listeners and viewers remember. And there's always this arc of, you know, here's the challenge.
Yeah.
Here's sort of the 3-act play, right? Here's the character, build up an introduction. Here's the
minding in his own business,
right.
or off in a
gets swept up into a larger story.
Yep.
You know, confronts a challenge, internal and external.
Needs some
and then
help, needs some buddies, needs some
and tries
allies,
to figure out
needs
how to
some
come through.
and then has to eventually confront the evil, and just by way of the story arc, the magic, you know, the magic elixir, or the sword that was buried, or the rock that's on the top of the mountain, or the ring that must be destroyed, or however, you know,
or the forbidden love. Right.
We keep telling the same stories.
The parents that don't want their daughter to marry you
over and over and over and over again.
Going back to the Notebook. Yeah,
with multiple you know, characters and themes and storylines, but it goes back to, you know, this idea that we live in a love story in the midst of a fierce battle. And so the Notebook works.
Yep.
Right? Noah and Allie, right? I even forget, are we playing the trailer? Is that how we're going to unfold it to begin with?
Yeah.
I mean,
play the trailer.
We were talking with Andy, you know, off camera, and you know, it was like, man, it's been a long time since I've seen that.
That film came out in 2004.
4. I was going to say 5, but it's 4. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, you look at those actors, right? They
were kids.
Ryan Gosling, and, you know, it was, I think his big break after the football, after Remember the Titans. I think he was cast. And so, anyway, let's watch the trailer to kind of get the storyline, and we'll be right back to talk about that.
It was a magical summer. Noah was a country boy. Allie was from the city. They met the night of the carnival. They had nothing in common, but after seeing Allie that night, something inside Noah snapped.
Will you go out with me?
No!
No? Damn, my hand's slipping.
Okay, fine. I'll go out with you.
No, don't do me any favors.
No, I want to.
Say it again.
I want to go out with you!
All right, we'll go out.
They fell in love, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
You want to dance with me?
Sure. This is a good story. I think I've heard it before.
It's like a dream.
So what do you do, Noah?
I work at the lumber yard.
How much do you make at your job?
40 cents an hour.
It has got to stop.
Noah?
He's a nice boy, but he is not for you.
I don't see how it's gonna work.
You are not to see him anymore, and that's final.
From the best-selling novel by Nicholas Sparks.
Oh, miss. How's about that date?
Comes a story
It's normal not to forget your first love, but I want you for myself. Marry me.
about what we long for.
I saw your picture in the paper, and I just wanted to see if you were okay.
What we settle for.
I have a fiance waiting for me.
What happened? Who did you choose?
And who we're meant for.
Why didn't you write me? I waited for you for 7 years.
I wrote you every day for a year.
New Line Cinema presents Ryan Gosling, Rachel McAdams, James Garner, Jenna Rollins, James Marsden, with Sam Shepard and Joan Allen in a Nick Cassavetes film.
I read to her, and she remembers.
The Notebook.
All right. Welcome back.
It's a big story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Ferris wheel, you know, where he That's crazy.
Yep.
But when he saw Allie,
he knew he had to stand out
he knew
from the
he
crowd.
he had to move, right? So okay, we'll go out.
Don't do me any favors.
So what a great pickup.
Oh, man, I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Poor guy in
the other guy.
In the Ferris wheel with her, he just he's like, dude,
can't compete.
You're killing me here.
Yeah, exactly. No competition there. But I think the lunch was in there too. What do you make per hour?
Yeah,
Noah. With these obviously very wealthy.
Yeah, so we've got these.
If you notice, everyone else is dressed in white. He's got a black shirt on.
Yeah, the black sheep.
Pretty obvious.
Really, really well. The cinema. Those little nuggets, right, that are there to be seen. So I feel like, this is back to there's this battle, this tension between the classes, between the haves and the have-nots, and Noah in the trailer there's a really special relationship between Noah and his dad.
Oh yeah,
that's
yep.
Sam
Which
Shepard.
I had totally forgotten.
And his dad teaches him about poetry, Walt Whitman, and beauty, and
he's more of a Tennyson guy. The dad.
That's right.
Says. Yeah.
And yet they read on the porch and they discuss it.
Yeah.
And Allie actually invades that world and is more accepted.
Oh.
And enjoyed than when it goes the other way and Noah steps into Allie's world. And then he's a nice boy, but he's not for you.
Right.
I mean, here comes the opposition, to their romance, and it's just one of those. Even in the trailer, there's so much story that's unfolded. Where then the war, just that short war scene.
Yeah, it was interesting. Spoiler alert. He goes to war with his best friend, and his best friend is killed. And they don't really talk about it. He watches it happen in the film, and they don't really talk about that at all. He comes home in uniform back to his dad and just kind of goes right back into where he left off.
And then his dad shortly after.
Yeah, passes. But before we go further, I just want to ask you. So we've talked about how it's good versus evil, compared to the other films, and it's all kind of moving in that direction. But what is it that you love in particular about, because you picked this movie, so what is it that you love about this movie that would move you, aside from the good versus evil and how it fits into that, what would move you to want to talk about it?
Yeah, good question. So I love Noah. I love the journey that he's on. I love the romance that he had, and this moment that he's never the same after meeting Allie. All these other things happen, but the disruption of her mom, right? I wrote you every day for a year, 365. Why didn't you write to me? I mean,
it wasn't over for me. It wasn't over for me either. I mean,
the powerful.
Yeah.
That's one of the. There's several hard scenes to watch and powerful scenes to take in, and I think of the gospel that where Jesus is, the Trinity is wanting and trying to get through that noise, blockage, even the they're intercepted. These letters are intercepted. The love that we're made for, right? And it says and yet there's a love that we settle for.
Mm-hmm.
That's just all speaks to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and so I feel like I identify with Noah, and I also feel the pursuit, you know, of God in ways that romance depicts a weightiness. What if we could feel that kind of romance? And Brent Curtis wrote the book The Sacred Romance. You know, that's another back in that early 2000 time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a precursor for me then with The Notebook, and starting to see even film and stories in a larger context called this Sacred Romance. And so highly recommend that book. But I didn't know Christianity like that. Not a romance novel.
Right.
Not an invitation to romance, but rather to dutiful obedience. You know, we've talked before, not sinning.
Conditional.
Yeah.
Even though it says it's unconditional, it sure feels conditional.
It sure can be and feel conditional, or we can make it feel and be that way. So I like a lot about Noah. I'm drawn to that character, and I think that is the power of so many stories. Can you identify with this character? We've talked about Wonder Woman as a film that our wives, I think it was Sherry who said, we kind of have our gladiator now. We have our Batman. We have our super hero, our heroine, and it was such a powerful film. Barbie. I mean, these are stories that, wait, Wonder Woman and Barbie, are they real? Well, you're asking, did they really exist? That's different than, is their essence real? It's real.
Yeah.
And it has that kind of power to hit a part of us that can be hit.
Right. It's a chord that can be struck.
And so for me, you know, I, as Noah is moving through this particular story arc and the different scenes, yes, the tragedy from losing his friend, the absolute loneliness he feels of not being, I mean, he sees an ad, he sees a paper before she sees the paper of him standing in front of the house. I think he comes to understand she's with somebody else.
Yeah. I can't remember if it's an engagement announcement or if it's... No, he's going to file the papers to buy the plantation and sees her in Charleston and sees her through the window.
That's how it was. That's right. That's right.
And then she's trying on her bridal gown, and her mom shows her the announcement, the engagement announcement in the paper, and she unfolds the paper, and there he is.
Yeah.
Standing in front of the house.
Yeah. Love it. So such a brilliant way to, as you watch those middle scenes, how is this going to get fixed? You know, and then the whole time, as you look at, there's the young Noah, that you realize later that this is a story that's being read to her, the older Allie,
by Noah.
You know, and
they're not just reading the story, it's their story. Yeah. Spoiler alert again.
Right. That's The Notebook, right? And so what a beautiful idea that I read to her and she remembers.
Yeah, and what I had forgotten, and I want to move to our next clip, but what I had forgotten is that towards the end of the film, there's an inscription in the front of the notebook, and it's Allie that had written it.
To remember, I know.
And said, "Our life story, read this and I will come back to you." Come
on, man. That's awesome. It's
All right. So what's our next clip, and then we can talk about what's the heartstring that's like plucked by the clip.
Well, the next clip is that encounter that Noah has at the luncheon, with her family, and how much do you make it your job, Noah? So yeah, let's roll the clip and then we can unpack that some more.
So what do you do, Noah?
I work at the lumberyard with Finn, mainly milling and receiving logs and stripping the bark.
That's lovely, dear.
Thank you.
If you don't mind my asking, how much do you make at your job?
How much money do I make? Like 40 cents an hour? Yeah, it's not much, but I don't need a lot, and I save most of it.
Let's eat, shall we?
Yes. Oh, it's delicious.
So, Noah, you and Allie been spending a lot of time together. Must be very fond of each other. It's getting pretty serious, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, summer's almost gone. What will you do?
Charleston's only a couple of hours away.
But Allie's going to Sarah Lawrence. Didn't she tell you?
No, she didn't tell me that.
I just got the letter. I was going to tell you.
And Sarah Lawrence is in New York.
I didn't know that.
And this conversation too stuffy for the dinner table. With the children have fun and bringing in the Spanish Inquisition.
My lips are buttoned right now.
I do know another joke about the nun and the 4 stallions that you can joke for them.
Stop
That won't me.
I'm leaving the table if you tell another
That
joke.
won't me.
That child's got too much spirit for a girl of her circumstance.
No, he's just son of love.
Trouble is what it is.
Okay.
Oof.
Noah handles that crap so kindly.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't hesitate. He says 40 cents an hour. But I don't need much. I save about half of it.
Yeah, he doesn't feel or seem to feel the need to perform or fit in, or he's just settled.
He's settled, yeah.
He's settled, and I love that about him.
Mm-hmm.
And while they're actually kind of
in that world, in the class environment, he really doesn't care. The only reason he cares at all is because of Allie.
That's where Allie is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting too, man. I was like, are you kidding me? Because, I think we've probably all run into folks like this, but the mom who's trying to sabotage their relationship by sharing information that Allie hasn't had a chance to share yet.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. And the first time you see it, you don't know the twist. You don't. I love parts of stories that, because I can be a predictor. I can be I want to be ahead of the story arc, but that was one of those like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But you find out, as you said about Allie's mom, she was in love too.
Yeah, about 2/3 through,
Mm-hmm.
she had a summer romance with a guy that worked at the lumber mill,
who's still there.
Right. And
the years later.
It's an interesting confession where she says, I wonder what my life would have been like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as Allie comes to understand that whole thing, she says, her mom says, I love your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there's a part of her that wonders, what my life could have and would have been like, implying that the life I have with your dad, Allie, is a good life, and I'm thankful. But this is the life that I missed, where I was in love. I love your dad. I'm not in love with your dad.
Right.
But
yep.
But he's good to me.
I have a good life.
He's good to us. He's good. Yes.
3 houses, and we're very wealthy.
So
and
that's
all
the
of that.
that's in that trailer. That there's the love that we're meant for, and the love that we settle for. The life that we're meant for, and the life that we settle for, and how significant that proposition is. Are we living our lives to the full? Are we experiencing the abundant, the full? Are we enjoying the romance that we were made for as image bearers? I just think this film just kind of keeps showing you different angles and parts and pieces and scenes to be pretty disruptive, because like you said, there's some hard, when Allie leaves, he goes to the war, loses his
when his mom is, or her mom is withholding the letters, so it's 7 years, because she goes off to school, he's off to war. It's
7. Wow.
Yeah, so there's the full year where he's writing her, and then he finally writes the letter of, okay, this is goodbye. Yeah. Because I haven't heard from you in a year.
Yeah.
And she finishes school and meets this other dude, and
yeah,
even his story is interesting.
Yeah, you get a little bit of it, and in the storyline, of he's wounded, injured, and she's a similar, hey miss, can I get?
He's in a full body cast.
Can I get some attention?
Can we go on a date?
Right.
But
so then, from those scenes, a scene that we're not going to watch, but I think is really, really, really critical that we can talk about, is, you said it, Allie sees Noah's picture in the house, and you swing all the way back to...
She actually faints.
That's right. That's right.
They're all excited about the wedding dress.
But she has to go see him.
Yeah. Yeah. And she tells her fiance. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she goes and sees him. And there's kind of for lack of a better term, there's kind of an elephant in the room.
Right.
That they don't really talk about at first.
Yeah. It's why didn't you talk to me? Why didn't you talk to me?
Yeah. And they actually, they're pretty flirty. Mm-hmm. And yet they're also like, we can't do this.
Right.
We could, but
you have a husband.
Yes. And so Allie even meets the war widow that, Noah's befriended.
Interestingly, she's also a redhead. It's kind of a, and she even says to Noah, a woman can tell when a man looks at her and is looking at somebody else.
Ooh, or thinking about, yeah, this is just a powerful.
Seeing somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you don't look at me like you look.
That's right.
Or she sees it, the friend, the neighbor. And so, but she comes back the next morning, and that's when you see that scene. He asks her to come back. I want to show you something. And that's when he takes her kind of
out with the ducks
into the bayous of the ducks and all the, what are those, cypress? What are those trees?
Yeah, cypress trees.
Cypress trees.
Good
and
for you.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful scene. And then the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And then the passion.
Lightning, thunder.
The lightning, they're inside. It wasn't over for me. It wasn't over for me.
Why did you write to me?
Right. All of that is a powerful, powerful, powerful scene.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when they solve the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
And something in the pain of all of that brings this major moment that we're not showing, where Allie's ready to run away, not necessarily from Noah, but from this thing that is, well, I'll say what it is. She can't please everybody.
Yeah. She can't please her parents. She can, but at someone else's expense. She can please the fiance, Lon, I think was his name.
Yep.
But not only at the expense of Noah, and vice versa.
Yep.
And so, what does Noah say to her?
What do you want?
What do you want?
Yeah. What do
Just
you want?
stop. You know,
Right.
you can't please him and me and them. What do you want?
Yeah. She's like, this would never work, Noah. No, it'll be hard.
Yeah. We fight and then
Yeah,
we make up, and that's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good handle on most of it.
It's part of what he loves. There's so little.
Yeah.
You see, it's interesting. It's just occurring to me. In his character arc, she's the only thing he's really passionate about. And when I say passionate, I mean elevated.
Mm-hmm.
With energy.
No, he's
passionate about woodworking, obviously,
but he's
carpentry. He's
pretty
making
withdrawn.
furniture, but that's quiet, subdued. You know, that's an area for him to focus his intensity that really comes out of him. That's what she draws out of him, is that passion and that energy.
Yeah.
And that can be scary.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And his point to her is, if I could interpret it, is like, you don't even see how muted you are.
Right. Right.
I've seen you in full color. You're gray.
Over there.
You want to live there?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
Yep.
Come with me. It's a major altercation.
Yeah, one of the things she says to her fiance is, I don't paint anymore. He's like, I didn't know you painted. You can paint. It's like, that's not the point, buddy.
Yeah.
And so Noah sets up this whole room.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, the studio.
Yeah.
And so
interesting. Well, as we kind of land the plane, I mean, the movie, you figure out that the older couple is actually Noah and Allie.
Right.
And man, I just got to tell you, we were sitting there watching it, sitting on the couch, and there's parts of the movie I'd forgotten. The emotion is just building throughout the film. And then the end of the film, it's the ultimate expression of, he says they have older children and grandchildren, and he says to her, he says to the children, they all want him to come home.
Right. There's a great scene about that.
We'll take care of Mom. She'll be fine here. We'll come visit her. This and that. You need to come home. We miss you. We miss you. And he says, guys, listen.
Mm-hmm.
That's my sweetheart in there. And she's my home.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, here we go. Because it just starts building in you from that. That's about 30 minutes left in the film or something. So anyway, we're watching the film, and the whole crescendo of the thing is she's got Alzheimer's. He's losing her. He's got serious health problems. They spend one last night in each other's arms sleeping, and they pass away together. I mean, and so the film ends, and it's just a beautifully done by the director. And you see then there's the geese there. I mean, that ties back to earlier in the story, and the music.
And
it's welling up in me now. And I just embrace Sherry, dude. And I was crying.
Yeah.
Not like sobbing, but I was just holding her, and it was just,
let it go.
I said to her, I'm leaking. It's just leaking out of me. I can't express it enough to you in this moment, how thankful I am for our journey, that we are together, that we're going to grow old together. And
Love it.
she said to me, well, maybe we could, maybe our story will end that way or something like that. And I said, yeah, that'd be great. Because otherwise, if only one of us goes, that could be a little weird. But I was surprised by the amount of tears that came and the amount of emotion that just, again, it wasn't sobbing.
Yeah.
Like you cry in grief. It was a release of emotion and tears in just gratitude, thankfulness, love, and just that desire for intimacy and closeness, to continue.
Yeah. And that's so well said. Those would be comments and commentary that I would put under this idea of romance.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hardwired, we're built for romance, to know someone and to be known by someone, to be pursued. That's another great definition for romance. It's the pursuit of someone for who they are, not what you can get, but what you could offer, And so I think these are, these aren't typically the films that guys, are gonna move toward. And I would say, bro, this is a part of just for the sheer education for what romance looks and feels like.
Yeah.
And why it's very important to the feminine heart. I know, we fit in there somewhere in terms of romance and wanting to be in a story like that. Maybe our story could be like that.
Yeah.
She says to him,
right?
Sherry, SJ, Allie, Noah, and how do we, amongst all the other chores and things that we do, how do we make an effort to experience beauty and the beautiful type of scenes and scenery that remind us that that's what we're made for.
Yeah, man. As you're saying that, I'm thinking of the film, and it occurs to me that Noah is a pretty simple guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't need much, right? Throughout the film, he provides opportunities and even things to Allie that help her understand better who she is.
She is, yeah.
And all that he needs from her is her. All I want is you. I mean, that's all
and
he
it's kind of like,
wants.
all I want is you.
Care.
And there's, damn it. It's a curse.
Damn it.
I'm cursed.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful curse.
Oh my gosh.
A wonderful.
But he does the house for her.
Yeah.
He redoes the piano for her.
Yeah.
The painting room. I mean, all of these things.
So there's
flowers on the pillow.
Yeah. So
all
she
of
can
these
be
things
herself.
for her to draw her out. And he is there. Like, he's settled, like you said at the beginning of the podcast, and all he wants is her.
Yeah. I gotta, as we close, I mean, James Garner was perfect.
Oh, fantastic.
Cast in that. And
yeah, what was her name? Joan Allen as the older Allie.
When he takes on that the pain of that one time she comes back and it doesn't go well. At the end, I mean, it goes well and then it doesn't. It's just like a flip of a switch. Yeah. And so the rawness of all of that, of course,
reality
adds to the drama that you feel, the emotion and the weight of it. I mean, that's different than, two teams running out into the middle of a field and clubbing each other with Viking
It is.
But when I watch Braveheart, I get some of the same notes and some of the same moments. When he's sitting on the hill, I put it in the Heart of a Warrior, but when he's reading, when he's speaking Latin to her, oh, you don't know how to read? We'll have to remedy that. You know, I mean, there's romance there. And of course, there's tragedy as she's taken from him. But he carries that embroidered kerchief piece through the whole...
To his death.
Yeah. To where Robert the Bruce ends up with it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, so even Dumb and Dumber. We're not going to do a... Don't worry, Andy. I'm not going to turn it... But even Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Swimmy, Swami...
Pets' heads are falling off.
Samsonite.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, Mary Swanson, he's doing all that because that part of it.
Yeah.
I think when he sees her,
you're saying there's a chance.
When he sees her on the side, he's like, oh. It's like his heart, you know, it just bursts with. That's the most beautiful creature I've ever seen.
I know it.
You know, like Noah, the moment he saw Allie, right? And he abandons reasons and is hanging from the Ferris wheel. So these stories, I think, as we wrap it up, and so many more. Oh. Their value. I said this in the first episode. Their value is their invitation to remind us of the larger story that our story's in. And so over and over and over again, most, not ready to say all, but most, definitely most of Disney's empire is based on these themes. And it's not an accident that they sell, you know, millions of tickets or stream for their own.
It resonates, man.
And we keep telling the same stories over and over and over again, whether it's galaxies far, far away, or it's in the 1200s. It's these pieces that we're doing this podcast series on to be. And I love that you and Sherry did that as just a, you know, we're going to talk about The Notebook. We ought to
watch it.
And to have such a beautiful moment, you're welcome.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks. Really.
I love it.
Yeah. I highly recommend it.
I love it.
Dude, yeah. We got to land. But
that's awesome.
Maybe we'll do it again later in the year. We'll find 3 more films that we can talk about. And, because, like you said, there's
I nominate Dumb and Dumber. see how far we can go in a podcast with that one.
Man.
So
let's find the dumbest movies, and then like Happy Gilmore. I know you love Adam Sandler. Where's the Gospel of Happy Gilmore, right? Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh
My
man,
gosh.
yeah, we can.
Could be fun.
It'll be interesting to fit some of those pegs in the hole. So hey, friends, allies, hope your New Year's going well. Lots of good things ahead for Zoe, the podcasts. We've got some events on the calendar that we, particularly the April event, I just want to highlight again.
16th through the 19th.
Yep, is the next big Heart of a Warrior encounter. 400 men at a Young Life camp in Virginia, Central Virginia.
Western?
Yeah, that's maybe Western. So anyway, zoe.org, ZOWEH.org. You can go there, find all kinds of stuff to connect with us and let us connect with you.
Yeah, if you're enjoying the content too, if you don't know, we are a crowd-funded organization. So if you like what you hear and want to hear more of it, you can support the podcast by going to zoe.org/give.
Yep. Love to have you as a part of our partner team and help us do what we get to do and encourage people from some different angles.
From our new chairs.
Yeah,
they're very comfortable.
That's right, man. I think, these were Facebook Marketplace thrift.
Yep.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
So
they're working out great.
Somebody's trash is another
You just never know.
Another man's treasure.
You just never know.
Right. Worked out. So, hey, thanks for being with us on the Exploring More podcast. Hope to see you next time.
We hope you have enjoyed this episode of Exploring More. The landing page for this podcast is zoe.org/podcast. That's ZOWEH.org/podcast, where you can find the show notes and various platforms to which we broadcast. You can also find us and the Life of More by visiting Zoe on YouVersion Bible app, Right Now Media, our Facebook page, and Zoe on Instagram and Twitter. Remember, with God there is always more, and you were made for more.